Hi children, welcome to online class. Today we are going to see the first cities in history. Here the priest, king of Harappan civilization. Let me start our lesson with him. So what are all the learning objectives we are going to discuss here? First, town planning, the drainage system, society of Harappan civilization, and also about their food, and we'll discuss about clothes and ornaments they used. See, what does civilization mean? So actually the word civilization comes from the Latin term civitas, meaning city. It refers to a society that had developed a script, had thriving cities, practiced division of labor with people specializing in a variety of occupation and crafts, and also had a well developed culture. Here, around 5000 years ago, cities and towns started developing along the banks of the Indus River in the northern western part of the Indian subcontinent, as we are seeing in this map. It marked the beginning of the largest civilization of the ancient world, Harappan civilization, and also known as Indus Valley civilization. Nearly 150 sites of this civilization have been discovered so far by the archaeologists. Actually, the important cities of this civilization we see means here it is located Harappa in Punjab and Mohenjo-daro in Sindh, both forming parts of Pakistan. Actually, the Harappan civilization was accidentally rediscovered by engineers building a railway track in the Punjab area of present day Pakistan. When they found a ready supply of beautifully made bricks in a large mound nearby. Here we are seeing this is the mound. The high quality of these bricks prompted archaeologists to excavate the site. So they found the remains of a once flourishing city and named it Mohenjo-daro. Actually, the meaning Mount of the Dead. Here, up to what the Harappan civilization extent and what are all the main cities in that civilization we will see. So, Chahandaro in Sindh, just you see the map where it is located, and Lothal in Gujarat, Kalibangan in North Rajasthan, and also Banavali in Haryana, and Rakhigarhi, which is the largest site in India, that is in Haryana, Dholavira in Gujarat. So the civilization was well spread and covered parts of Punjab, Haryana, Sindh, Balochistan, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and some parts of western Uttar Pradesh. So, what is the main features of this Harappan civilization? We see means town planning. So, one of the outstanding features of this civilization was the high level of urban planning seen in its cities. The streets were laid out in a grid. They ran in straight lines, east to west and north to south, and cut each other at right angles. So here it will be further divided into two segments, that is upper town in the western side. Here as we are seeing in this picture, upper town and lower town in the eastern side. We see about the upper town first. The upper town consisted of a raised area called the citadel, where important buildings were situated. The height of the citadel possibly served as a means of protection during floods. Archaeologists have found the remains of several massive buildings in the citadels. Though their main functions are not known for sure, but these buildings may have been used for public baths, public meetings, religious purpose, or to store grains. Let me see about the lower town in Harappan civilization. The lower town consisted of residential houses. Here, the basement we are seeing is found by the archaeologists. So, the residential houses of different sizes built with burnt bricks of a standard size. Here in the picture, we are seeing the bricks of the size. Most of the houses had a well, a bathroom, and a covered drain that was connected to the street drain. The rooms were built around an open courtyard. Some houses were double storied. The main roads were broad with smaller lands cutting them at right angles. They were paved with bricks of such superior quality that they lasted for centuries. Apart from these houses, the Lowerton also had several workshops belonging to craft people like ironsmith, potters, and jewelers. So they are well versed in their workshop. Here, the Great Bath. It is well familiar in Harappan civilization. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro is one of the largest and most striking buildings of the civilization. It consists of a huge tank, as we are seeing in this picture, surrounded by corridors, rooms, and galleries. The bath can be emptied by drains and filled again with water from a large well situated near the bath. Actually, the floor and bath are made of burnt brick and made watertight with bitumen. Scholars have suggested that this huge, deep bath could have been a place for ritual bathing or religious ceremonies. Let me see the drainage system of Harappan civilization. So, the drainage and sewage system were very advanced, more advanced, in fact, than seen in many parts of the world today. Along each of the streets ran drains covered with loose bricks. These bricks could be lifted to clean the drain. And also, waste from houses first flowed into a sump. Then, the solid waste collected in the sump and the waste water alone flowed into the street drain. See how slope it is. So the drains covered with bricks, loose bricks. These features highlight the fact that the people of the Harappan civilization highly conscious about the hygiene and sanitation. What about their society? On the basis of evidence, scholars suggest that Harappan society was largely democratic. No palaces or royal tombs have been excavated so far at any of the sites, suggesting the absence of a monarch like figure. However, a very efficient system of administration must have existed in order to control such a vast region. This can be seen from the even distribution of goods. Here, as we are seeing in this picture, so when they are distributing goods and materials, the similarity in the pattern of town planning and the use of standardized bricks and weights and measures across the entire region. About the food habits of Harappan civilization people. Actually, the Harappan people ate wheat, barley, lentils, peas, and other pulses, millets, wild rice, and fruits like dates, walnuts, grapes, and figs were also eaten. Oil was derived from sesame. Animals found at Harappan sites include those of cattle, sheep, indicating that these animals were domesticated and also eaten. So the cloths and ornaments they wore in that period. The Harappan people wore cloths made of cotton, flax, linen, silk, wool, and leather. Traces of cloth found from the period suggest that the people knew how to dye cloth by using natural ingredients like madder for red color, indigo for blue color, and turmeric for yellow color. Actually, the dressing we see means here for the lower part of their body, men wrapped a cloth that resembles a modern dhoti, as we are seeing on this picture. This is called dhoti, with a long cloth flung over one shoulder. Often they also wore turbans. Here we are seeing in this picture, they wore turbans. Women wore knee length skirts. Both men and women possibly wore ornaments made out of gold, silver, copper, beads, shells, and bones of animals. So the well planned houses we see means it's strong and sturdy. Actually, one or two story, high showing advanced knowledge of construction we can see. As I said already, each house had a bathroom, a kitchen, and a large courtyard. Most houses also had a well. It suggests that the people were aware of water conservation. Houses were constructed on both sides of the streets in a neat and orderly manner. The cities of Harappan civilization had a neat and systematic look because of their straight and broad streets. Thank you, children. We will meet again in the next class.